Call of Duty, Warzone. First-person shooter, Battle Royale. Developer, Infinity Ward, Raven Software. Publisher, Activision. Description. Welcome to Call of Duty, Warzone, the massive free-to-play combat arena which now features Erdixton, Rebirth Island, and Fortune's Keep. Turn the heat up. Prepare to take the battle to a new metropolis in the all-new Erdixton map, the new big Battle Royale map. Jump in to celebrate the epic return of Rebirth Island and Fortune's Keep, two resurgence maps that are sure to excite veterans and newcomers alike. Loot for rewards. Discover supply boxes and complete contracts to build your arsenal and gain a tactical advantage. A Game Pass Core subscription is not required to play Call of Duty, Warzone. All other online modes still require Game Pass Core. A mobile phone number may be required to be linked to your Activision account to play Call of Duty, Warzone. Call of Duty, Warzone Review. Please excuse any mispronunciations by TTS. The English TTS has trouble with non-English words. But, if you watch Zentria, you should be fine. Like, subscribe, and comment, any games you want to know more about. Help me build this channel, so I can afford an editor, and start making gameplay, and tutorial videos. Months before Call of Duty, Modern Warfare even hit store shelves, rumors were swirling that the game would feature a Battle Royale mode. Despite this, Activision remained tight-lipped about any kind of Battle Royale for Modern Warfare, not officially confirming its existence until a day before it was launched. The recently released Call of Duty, Warzone was one of the worst-kept secrets in gaming, but it's turned out to be one of the year's best surprises. Similarly to how Apex Legends Surprise launched in 2019 to rave reviews, Call of Duty, Warzone has come out of nowhere and taken the Battle Royale genre by storm. Warzone's player population continues to grow exponentially each week, with the game being a top choice for streamers, fans of the genre, and even Call of Duty enthusiasts who haven't been terribly interested in Battle Royales before. Warzone is far from the first time that the Call of Duty franchise has attempted a Battle Royale, but it's easily its most successful attempt yet. It's really the first Call of Duty Battle Royale that actually feels like a Call of Duty game, whereas Black Ops 4's Blackout and Call of Duty Mobile's Battle Royale both play very similarly to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Call of Duty, Warzone sets itself apart from the other Call of Duty Battle Royale attempts by introducing a number of innovations instead of just chasing the coattails of past Battle Royale games. The most important of which is the changes it makes to the typical Battle Royale loot system so that players are constantly in action instead of wrestling with cumbersome menus. In Call of Duty, Warzone, players don't have to waste time collecting weapon attachments or lugging around a bunch of healing items. Instead they find special weapons on the Warzone map that come fully decked out, and they have regenerating health with a simple armor system. Warzone's simplified loot system streamlines the Battle Royale experience and makes it much more consistently entertaining from one moment to the next. Another big innovation Warzone brings to the table is the 1v1 Gulag response system. As long as it happens within the first half of the match or so, if a Warzone player dies, they are sent to the Gulag. The Gulag is a prison complex where players are able to fight an opponent in a gunfight match for the chance to come back to life. So unlike other Battle Royale games where players just have to sit and watch their teammates play if they die, death in Warzone just means entering a different kind of fight. Of course, there will be times when players fail to win in the Gulag, but even then that doesn't mean they're out of the match entirely. Instead of using revive tokens like in other Battle Royale games, Warzone lets players revive their teammates through a cash system. Getting cash in Warzone is of huge importance beyond just using it to revive teammates, though, as the money also allows players to purchase kill streaks, especially powerful loadouts, armor plate bundles, and more. Cash is a big deal in the regular Warzone Battle Royale mode, but it's of even higher importance in the Plunder mode. Plunder is a unique game mode where the goal isn't just to kill all the other players on the Battle Royale map, but rather to have the most cash at the end of a match. Plunder is an interesting distraction, but most players will likely stick with the standard Battle Royale mode most of the time. Regardless of which mode they play, Warzone players will need to make collecting cash a big part of their strategy if they want to win. Cash can be looted from the Warzone map, but it can also be earned by completing contracts, which serve as yet another great innovation Warzone brings to the table. Thanks for watching. Please sub and like to support future content. Linktree in description to support social. Warzone contracts sometimes require players to defend a specific point or find hidden caches of loot. Some of them put a bounty on nearby enemies, giving Warzone players a general idea of where to go next to find opponents. Contracts make it so Warzone players always have something to do, and so the long lulls of just running across the map like what happens in other Battle Royale games are far less frequent. It helps that the Warzone map is so dense and full of interesting locations. There isn't a lot of wasted space on the map, and each point of interest has many interior locations to explore, loot to collect, and vehicles to commandeer for quick escapes. At launch, Warzone has a few different vehicles for players to choose from, including trucks, ATVs, and helicopters. The Warzone helicopters are particularly fun to use, and are often featured in some of the most action-packed and hilarious moments players will experience in the game. In terms of pure fun factor, Call of Duty Warzone is hard to beat. Compared to other battle royales, it never feels like it's wasting the player's time, and does a great job of ensuring that players are constantly engaged in the action instead of looting or watching their friends play. But even though there is quite a great deal to praise when it comes to Warzone, there are still some issues to address. Warzone has some bugs and technical issues that still need to be worked out. These range from inoffensive graphical glitches to more frustrating problems, like a poison gas glitch that kills players instantly after winning a Gulag match. Call of Duty Warzone player footsteps are also basically inaudible at the time of this writing, which is especially frustrating for more dedicated players. Warzone also suffers from a general lack of options in terms of team size. Warzone launched with 3-person teams and has since added solos, but the game still lacks an option for 4-player squads, which is standard for the genre. Infinity Ward has confirmed that Warzone will add more team size options at some point in the future, but for now players are stuck playing trios and solos. As Infinity Ward continues to add more team size options and other features to Warzone, it will likely become an even better experience. At launch, Warzone is already one of the better, more polished battle royale games available, with a focus on intense, fast-paced action over looting and inventory management. Those that prefer the more realistic approach of games like PUBG may find the Warzone experience wanting, but most people will have a ton of fun with it. And even if someone is not completely sold on Call of Duty Warzone, it's worth pointing out that the game is free to play. It's available through Call of Duty Modern Warfare, sure, but there's also a free client that players can download across all platforms. Better yet, Warzone has little in the way of intrusive microtransactions or in-game purchases. Unlike many other free-to-play titles, players able to purchase a battle pass, that's shared with Modern Warfare, or cosmetics if they want, but most could play the game without thinking twice about spending any money on microtransactions. Call of Duty Warzone is a top-tier battle royale game and its early player numbers are reflective of that. As long as Infinity Ward is able to keep the game updated in terms of bug fixes and new content, it's hard to see why it won't remain one of the top battle royale games for months if not years to come. Call of Duty Warzone is out now for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Game Rant reviewed the game on Xbox One.